Power Up call. We are here 2 minutes late because I got engrossed in a task. When you reach a certain point, work becomes fun. Work becomes absolutely engaging. And I certainly made the mistake of looking at something interesting that I've been working on recently, and it caused me to, I allowed it to distract me a little bit. So, apologies, my friend. It is live. You can go ahead and refresh. Let me go ahead and tell everyone to refresh in the chats. All right, guys. So today's morning power call. I have a lot of things to announce for you guys. I've made a bunch of let's say improvements on the program in the last 24 hours that I need to talk to you guys about. First of all, yesterday, I don't know if you saw in the announcements channel, but I announced the creation of what I'm calling the Phoenix Project, which is a opportunity for those who've been in the program for some time but have still struggled to make clients, to actually land a client. It's designed to take them and help them solve that initial problem that you shouldn't have, right? I've had a lot of people reach out like, hey, I'd really like to get in the Phoenix program. Is it still going to be available? And I keep telling them, like, you don't want to be in the Phoenix program. Ideally, most students don't need the Phoenix program. They're able to use the stuff in the boot camp and the courses and the chats and the legions to get their first sale within that first 3 months. But if for some reason someone is struggling to implement the things I teach correctly, I'm giving them an opportunity to all join together. I'm going to review their stuff a little more closely, show them the mistakes that they're making. I might run it for a month. I might run it for 2 weeks. Who knows? We're going to run it until people start making more sales, people understand what's going on. So that is open to anybody who has been in the program for longer than 3 months and has made $0 so far. If that is you, there is a link or there's a description inside the announcements channel that will tell you how to go and access that program. It's inside the courses. You go under general resources, and it's the Apply for the Phoenix program. If you are in that criteria, you should definitely get into the Phoenix program. We're going to be doing live calls. We're going to be answering some additional questions in there. I'm going to be teaching and helping you guys synthesize the information that already exists, as well as doing some interesting things to help you reframe your mind. Because really, when it comes down to it, if you haven't made money within 3 months of it being inside of this program, there is something wrong with your brain. The good news is you can fix anything that's inside of your brain. Our brains are extremely moldable. So that's going to be the whole point of the Phoenix program. So that's a big announcement. Also, I'm going to be doing a soft launch of Platoons later today, I believe. Also, we have a live copy review call starting today. What is that? 1 p.m. PST? Yeah, 1 p.m. PST. We're going to be doing a copy review call. I'll be announcing the lucky 5 who were able to be the ones whose copy was selected by the random number gods later today. So they'll know to be there live, but we're going to be doing that at 1 p.m. It will be recorded. So if you can't make it because it's like 2 a.m. your time and you're too busy working on your outreach at that time, then you'll be able to catch it recorded. These calls are extremely valuable, though, because I would love to review everyone's copy, but I can't. It's like physically impossible. I would have to clone myself probably 300, 400 times to be able to do it. And I unfortunately can't clone myself yet that fast. So the copy review calls give you an opportunity for you to show up and you get to see how I look at copy and how I evaluate copy. So much of copywriting is turning around on the back end and filtering and refining, especially now that we have AI to help kind of get the legwork created for most of it. My job is to, and really where my skill comes in, where you can see it on displays. When I look at a piece of copy, I show you what's wrong and I show you how to improve it. And you can just see how I think about it. Once you see how I think about the copy, then you can take that mindset, that filter, that lens, that frame of looking at the world, and you can apply it to your own copy. You can apply it to your client's copy, and you can use it to find ways to improve and be more successful. So it's an extremely valuable call. I open it up for Q&A to a limited degree on those calls as well. So you can often talk to me and get your questions asked about specific concepts, help you synthesize stuff. So if you haven't attended one of those lives before, you probably should. It's a really good opportunity. But of course, if you can't, the review call will be there for you guys to see as well inside of the general resources as well. So let me think. Did I cover everything? We've got the Phoenix program, got the soft launch of the platoons, and we've got the live copy review call. Another thing. Next week we will be doing a sales call review call. So I will be reviewing people's sales calls live. So if you have sales calls between now and next week, make sure you record them. I'll put a link for you guys to submit them after today's copy review call. So that way you can submit your sales calls for review. I'll probably select 1, maybe 2, by random, and then I will break it down live on a Zoom call, basically like the coffee review call, but live with everybody, so we can help you guys get dialed in. So that's the announcements for now. That's all the housekeeping. That's all the things I need to announce. I mean, I have a lot more things on my list on my giant whiteboard over here, but just know that everything's due for a major update over the next few weeks. We've got some new projects launching, some new exciting opportunities for you guys to work together better and learn faster. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Now, let's move on to the actual content for today. Now, I spend a lot of my time inside of the actual chats answering questions, the Ask Professor Andrew channel, right? I share a lot of information there, and I get a really good opportunity to learn from you guys. Let me share my screen so you can see what I'm talking about here, because I have a message from a student where I was able to help him realize something. He shared a screenshot of his 2 different outreach methods that he was using. And no, it wasn't 2, it was just 1. It was 1. No, it was 2. There were 2 different outreach methods he was using, 2 different cold email templates. And he's like, hey, I'm not getting any replies to this. Can I get some help? And usually I don't really hyper review copy that's posted there, but he had a screenshot. So I was able to look at it really, really quickly. And he was saying things like, advanced psychological persuasion methods, or the secrets of the mind, like using the secrets of the mind to increase your response rate or stuff like that. And I was replied back, I'm like, hey man, these type of lines right here, they sound really unique and they sound like a cool fascination for you. But literally that's the first thought everybody has when they're trying to create a unique fascination about this. So you're going to blend in with every other copywriter in the world when you do this. You got to find a way to be unique or find a way to be different. And he replied back, he said, thanks for that, G. You've helped me have a realization of what I was doing wrong. Now, this realization that he's about to share that I'm going to read out here that you're probably reading right now on the screen. This is one of the key realizations you have to have if you want to become a good marketer. Developing the skill that he's about to describe is absolutely crucial. Without this, you will never be a successful marketer or persuader. He said, I should be thinking about what the prospect would think about the email, the response that he would have, and what he would think if he saw it, not what I think of it or want him to think of it. I need to stand out as much as possible, temporarily adopt the mind of the prospect, and think of the type of emails he gets and form it in a way that will cause a pattern interrupt to his day. Thanks for that. I'll start brainstorming some ideas to iterate on that email. So what he's trying to say, there's two realizations here, but the big important one is, hey, I've been thinking about what I think about this email. I've been thinking about why I think this is an email. It's cool. I've convinced myself that I like this email and I like the way it sounds. But what I should be doing is trying to adopt the mind of my prospect and see how they will actually respond to this email. And then try and generate something that will be so different from everything else this guy sees all the time that he will pay attention. Not I will think it's cool, but he will think it's cool. I need to put myself in the mind of my prospect and see or imagine or feel how they might interpret the copy that's in front of them, right? It's like I made this big realization. This is the key skill. As a marketer, that is your job. What your job is to look at the other person, right? You're looking at the reader. You're looking at one second, let me check. Yeah. This is like you're looking at the reader, you're looking at them, and you're deciding, what do I want them to feel? What do I want them to think? What do I want them to experience? What do I want them to do, right? What is the outcome I want from this whole interaction with this guy? Once you have that defined, you then ask yourself, okay, what does that person need to see? What do they need to read? What do they need to imagine? What do they need to feel in order to achieve that outcome, to achieve that meaning in their mind, right? And then you assemble the copy, you write the words, you use the right format, you use the right type of story, or DIC or PAS or this type of sales page or this video or this type of graphic. You think of what resources you need to put in front of him in order to, and what experience you want to put him through so that he will have the outcome that you want. In this case, he's thinking, okay, I want my reader to see my email and like pause and be like, whoa, I've never seen an email like that. This is extremely interesting. I can see how this would be valuable to me. I need to talk to him. That's what you're trying to achieve. Now the question becomes, okay, how can I do that? What types of words or sentences or imagery or questions can I put in my email that will trigger that response that will generate that outcome in the mind of my reader? That's the skill. Honestly, if you can go through that process as a copywriter and continue to tweak whatever you're putting in front of your person until you get the desired outcome that you want, that's marketing. That is copywriting. That is marketing. That is life. You have an outcome you want, and you tweak your actions until you get the outcome. You try and reverse engineer what you need to do in order to achieve that outcome. That is life. That is copywriting. And this is the foundational skill. If you can't put yourself in the mind of your prospect, and it's really not that hard because your prospect's a lot like you. He just has different things that he cares about, different things he desires, and he has different experiences. And it takes a little bit of your own imagination to try and imagine that you're that person, but it's not that hard. It's pretty easy to imagine you're anybody if you consume enough of their words and put enough effort into imagining. All right, you'll be able to figure it out. Maybe it won't be perfect the first time, and maybe over time you get better at throwing yourself into the mind of your reader. But it's a skill you can do. It's pretty easy. Once you are doing that, you're going to turn around and be able to write better. You're going to be able to say, okay. You'll be able to come up and decide whatever type of marketing you need to do. I get this question all the time. Hey, I don't know exactly what I should put inside of my emails, my warm-up sequence, or hey, I'm trying to design a series of social media posts for a client, and I don't know what to do. It's like, okay, well, what outcome do you want? Where are they now, and where do you want them to be? What do they need to experience between now and then to make that outcome happen? Okay, what pieces of copy, what types of material, what type of any type of deliverable we're talking about, no matter what part of the funnel we're talking about, what do they need to see, feel, hear, experience? What do they need to imagine? What realizations do they need to have? What beliefs do they need to shift in order to take the action you want them to? Okay, how do we do that with the copy, like the media that we have? Okay, we create this video here. We send them this free class here. We then hit them with this story, this story, this story. You just decide what you need to do. You put the pieces in play to achieve the outcomes you want. That is marketing. That's really it. That is really the key. And for so many of you, that's going to be a fun moment when you realize that and you get to start doing that. And it's going to happen faster than you might think. It's a fun game. It really is. So that's the big realization. Like once you understand that, you understand marketing to a great degree. And if you haven't reached that point yet, I want you to actually go back, rewatch this call, and I want you to ask yourself, how can I better define the outcomes I'm trying to achieve in my communication as a marketer? And then how can I better assemble resources to achieve those outcomes? That is it. That is the game. That is all marketing. Once you can do that, you're set. Once you have that mindset and you understand what people are motivated by, you are unstoppable. You can do any type of project you need to do in your entire life. You just need to figure out the technical details, and that's the easiest part. My friends, this is a key insight. I'm going to check the chat real quick and make sure. It looks like we've got some stuff in here. Yeah, we've got some people talking some things. Okay. Cool. I just want to make sure the audio is working. We've got some people asking about the Phoenix chat one last time. Yeah, if you didn't get the link to join the Phoenix chat, it's just an announcements. Go into announcements, scroll up. There'll be a link announcing the Phoenix project. It's like one of the second or third messages when you're scrolling up now. It'll tell you where to go to apply if you meet the requirements, right? It's gonna be cool. I'm excited for our first call. We're gonna do tomorrow. Got some fun things in mind for you guys. So, anyways, my friends, it's been a good call. Got some good stuff for you guys to do moving forward. Keep this perspective in mind. This is one of the biggest realizations you have to have going from someone who is new to the world of business, new to the world of marketing, to when you're on that path towards mastery, becoming actually really, really good at doing this. This is one of the biggest realizations you have to have along the path. So hopefully by describing and explaining to you and showing you a few examples, it will start to trigger that. It's going to be like a ticking time bomb or a seed planted in your mind. And over the next few hours or days, perhaps that realization will bloom to fruition for you guys. And you get what you want. So it's been a good call. I will talk to you guys again live in just a few hours when we do our live power-up call. My friends, it's been good. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. We're going to keep doing these. You guys go out there and take this idea and use it to take some more money. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow or later today.